Where's the at? There it is. Do-do-do-do. God, that fucking washing machine's fucking loud. Good evening, everybody. If there is anybody there. I'm coming, by the way, if you are there. I'm just sorting out the background stuff. Why is it down as Plymouth Argyle? That's stupid, isn't it? There we go, that'll do. And Battle of the Brands. Want to get that and drop it in a bit of there. I'm going to throw the old AEW on first. The hell was that? Fucking... What's wrong? What's wrong? What are you running away from? What happened out there? Good evening. Yeah, I've changed the title now. It should be working now. I've just pressed save. I know. Well, my cat's just come flying in out of nowhere. She's now hidden behind me. I'm gonna have to go and check in the garden see what's going on. I hope you can't hear my washing machine too loud. I've just trying to get a bit of washing finished off, and it's still got like 10 minutes left on it. But I didn't want to leave the stream any later, really. Right, let me just go and check the garden to make sure that there's nothing mad out there that's scaring the cats. 1 second. Oh, yes, there you are. Hey, what are you coming back for? How long's that been going off for? There we go. Sorry, it's my alarm. 1 second. Right, that's fine. It's not a stormtrooper. Well, it is a stormtrooper. Yeah, that's my alarm. It's I have to take a tablet at 9 o'clock every evening. It's the Shockmaster. Do you reckon my alarm is copyrighted? Might be. Might be. Right. Whew. So I had a big cat come my garden again, and my cats don't like it, so I had to remove said cat from garden. Right, so we got the two finales tonight. We've got AEW and NXT. Now I think we probably should start with AEW because NXT's in AEW I feel either winning at the moment, so I think that maybe we should start with AEW Get them out the way, and then NXT can have the final show to showcase what they can do. Let me just do this, because I've realised that I've not put the championship up for grabs in this one. Select the championships. Tag team championships, there we go. Well, we could start with AEW if you want to, or start with NXT. It's up to you guys, I suppose. We start with NXT. I actually think we should start with AEW, because AEW, I believe, is sort of in the lead at the moment, I think, from what people are saying. So if NXT don't pull off a good show, then AEW's... well, they're laughing, aren't they, really? If we do their show second. Right. So when this is finished loading... Oh, this freaking game does my head in. It really does. Right, that's why it's not a tag team match. How do you mean, Jay? What, the cards? The cards are down in the link below. We'll go through them as we do the show anyway, obviously. But the card are in the links below. But like I say, we'll go through them as we start the shows. I mean, they've pretty much been set in stone from the last few nights anyway, haven't they? We've added a few things to them. I haven't added any matches to them, to be honest. It's all the stuff that we sort of already had in place from yesterday and so forth. Nick Jackson, there we go. The name of the... Oh, I don't know, to be honest, mate. I think the AEW one is Double or Nothing. I think NXT, I just grabbed one of the ones that's in the game just to make it look nice. It's one of the takeover ones. It's the one with the skull. It might be New Orleans or something, I think. I thought I'd turn the sound off for that. Right. So that's that done. And that's that done. That's it, yeah. Oh, you're still on that match, are you, Lucha? Right. So I think we're almost ready to get going now. So that is done. As I'm sure you've seen already, I've re-uploaded just the Battle Riot on its own, just to make it easier in the future, because I might start to, well, I wouldn't say I'll be taking streams down, but re-upload them a bit more clean cut, maybe. Right, there we go. So you want to do NXT first, then? Or do you want to do AEW first? The only reason I thought of doing AEW first is because, like I said, if AEW is slightly in the lead, then it means that we can see exactly what NXT needs to do before it goes into its show. But if you want to do NXT first, I don't mind. Yeah, both the cards look pretty good. The TakeOver one looks strong as well, yeah. How far is your... One second. Why? I thought we had this conversation, White. You weren't going to come in. Because you just caused problems. You just caused problems, mate. Magnus. 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 ignore me. This is my house, you prick. I'll be there in a second. I got a random cat in my house again. Come on, Magnus, left the guard, mate. I can't afford to watch over you. You just seem to cause problems. Right, Magnus is outside. It's fine, Magnus is outside. Bloody cats, I'll tell you. Bloody cats, right. Whew. Yeah, I'm talking to the cats, yeah. It's normal, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's a random cat that's not mine just wandered into the house. I do apologise. Right. God, that's a long old, That's only... Oh my god. Lucha, that's a lot of, fan fiction. That's like 3 separate... I know there's one for Luca as well. Oh my god. I might have to read these later, because there's like 4 massive, like, bits to get... Oh no. 1... Yeah, there's 4 massive paragraphs to go through, so I might have to read 2. Read them on the end of the stream, if that's alright. Get ourselves underway. Yeah, Terrence, it's a weird one. My cats like to run around in the garden, so I leave the door open, but there's a cat that lives in the neighbourhood who's become quite friendly and likes to just wander in and play with their toys and eat their food, which I don't mind, but the last couple of times there's been a bit of hissing and arguing, so if I can't pay attention, then I'll have to lock him outside for now and lock them in. They're fine. Right. So what do I do then first? NXT or AEW? What's the plan? So I know AEW from what I believe... Oh, it doesn't really matter who's ahead on match quality, I suppose. It's all down to what you guys are going to vote, I suppose. But AEW, I believe, is just ahead on match quality at the moment on NXT. I don't know if AEW might be best first, because at least then we can see what NXT needs to do to win, match quality-wise. Yeah? Well, the AEW card, then we've got a 5-woman elimination match to crown the first women's champion. Abaddon, Big Swole, Hikaru Shida, Awesome Kong, and Chris Statlander. We've got PRESTON VANCE versus WARDLOW in a steel cage. We got the Bucks versus the Lucha Bros for the Tag Team Championships. Jon Moxley defends his TNT Championship against CODY. We've got best 2 out of 3 falls, Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. We have got an 8-man ladder match to grab that all-important future championship match between Brian Cage, Matt Hardy, Lance Archer, Jake Hager, Brody Lee, Luchasaurus, Adam Page, and MJF. And then we've got Pac versus Kenny Omega in the main event of the evening. There we go. Should we go then? Well, let's go. I've already clicked it now, so we're going. Wow, that's a bit crazy, isn't it? 'Cause 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 'C Right, we are live. And we're live. Good times. Yeah, so Lucha, all of the, well, you checked them yesterday, didn't you? All of the logos should be ready to go now. All of the emotes, all 1 to 5 star. Oh, let me turn the volume down on here. Can everyone hear me okay? No volume issues? We all good? We all happy? Yeah, it was a bit crazy. We're here live from Chicago, Illinois. We should have had CM Punk debut. Right, here we go then. We're going to start things off the Women's Championship match. The one thing I would say about the votes, and again, I don't want to... obviously, you guys can vote whatever you want, really, but I was going to suggest that maybe we leave Impact alone for a couple of weeks. Only because I feel like Impact's going to become very interesting after Slammiversary, once we know who's joined the company. So we might... I don't know, it's to say this to what you guys want to see, but it'd be interesting to see whether... or who they do pick up. And then obviously we can recreate it in this and obviously have a bit of fun with that moving forward. So of course all these ladies beat somebody else to make it here. Let's have a quick look. So Abaddon defeated Nyla Rose. Big Swole defeated Britt Baker. Awesome Kong defeated Bea Priestley. Hikaru Shida defeated Riho in what was a 5-star match if I remember correctly. And we saw Chris Statlander defeat Penelope Ford in what was also a 5-star match. It was 5 stars. Well, I'll give it time, Jay. All the likes seem to come in like a short period of time. I did tell you yesterday, didn't I? I contacted YouTube about it. And they said, yeah, that happens. That's fine. I was like, well, it's not fine. And they're like, no, yeah, it can sometimes happen. Because I looked in the analytics of the video, and it shows a completely different like and dislike ratio than what the video itself shows, which I don't quite understand. Like, the video shows, like, 16 likes and 12 dislikes. So the analytics shows 16 likes and 12 dislikes. Yet the video itself shows, like, 4 likes and 6 dislikes. Like, I don't understand that at all. That can't be right. That can't be just the little fob off, like, yeah, that can happen. We're working to try and make it more accurate. Yeah, you know. Hey-ho, at least, I just don't want it to affect the videos and the algorithms and stuff like that. That's the only worry that I've got, but should be fine. Good evening, Barry Gray. I don't think the pub's going to have much effect on me now, to be honest. I've been drinking so much more since I've been at home because it's so much cheaper. That's the thing that I think a lot of people might notice from the pubs being shut is that it's so much cheaper to drink at home than it is at the pub. I mean, I've got a crate of 15 bottles of Budweiser for tonight, and that cost me £9. You go to the pub, you're paying, well, for 15 bottles of Budweiser, like 30, 40 quid, something like that. You're crazy. So, of course, it will give a ranking point for every elimination as well. And, of course, this is the finale tonight, so both AEW and NXT will have their matches. Why is there no logo on the side of the ring? I knew there was a problem with this arena. The bloody logo didn't load up. Those are the best streams, they are, Barry. We've had a few of those already, to be honest. I think AEW is leading in regard to quality at the moment. But it's all down to what you guys want to see, I suppose. It's not just... Well, it depends what your sort of ideas are. I mean, I know Lucha's going mainly on match quality. But I suppose there's lots of different things you can look at. There's the quality of the roster. There's potential feuds we haven't touched. And even the rankings, where certain people sit in the rankings, we can have a look at as well. So there is a lot of different things we can look at. But ultimately, like I said before, just because a brand gets voted off, it doesn't mean it's the last we'll see of them. I mean, there's a chance the brand could get voted back on in a few weeks' time, and that's the way it could all work. I'm also thinking of maybe creating a couple of extra brands that we could use. Just to put into the votes, just to throw things around. Good evening, Shabby Gamer Fanfiction. Let's take down there a big swallow on Abaddon. I'd like to see Abaddon win this. Saying that, I think any of these women would be pretty good. I don't like the big swole core, so maybe I would prefer if she didn't win it, to be honest. But the Shida looks pretty good. The Abaddon's pretty good. The Awesome Kong's pretty good as well. Big swole now. Blue Thunder bomb on Abaddon. There's the pin. And there's the elimination. Abaddon is out. Right, I really shouldn't have shared my views there, should I really? Big swole getting the elimination on Abaddon. We're down to 4. Big boot in the leg. One thing I have done tonight as well is I've tried to make it where the bigger matches, so for example this one, which is a Fatal 5-Way elimination match of course, and also the final of the Dusty Classic, which is elimination as well. I've tried to make it so those matches going to be a little bit quicker by changing some of the internal things that are in the settings when you create a match. So hopefully that might make it so it's not going to be too long. Yeah, I think we probably should maybe have a channel for it. That'd be a good place for it all to be. I think a promotion channel is probably quite a good idea as well. Awesome Kong rolling Shida through. Oh, not quite enough. Nice cartwheel by Chris Statlander. Shida taking Awesome Kong up to the top. Yeah. One of those views of me as well, Shabby. There's another Blue Thunder Bomb by Big Swole. This time on Chris Statlander. I've already seen one elimination from this. Shida with the Falcon Arrow on Awesome Kong. 2 counts for both, though. Wow. I expected more out of that. I can take your 7 views away. I'll copyright claim your video. Big knees in the face there by Shida on Big Swole. And Shida now, she's going to go Super Falcon Arrow. She's lining it up and drops it all onto Chris Statlander as well. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Statlander slowly getting back up to her feet as Shida now with a big knee in the face. I'll let you back outside in a minute. Shida with a pin on Statlander. Will this be a second elimination? It is. Hikaru Shida gets the elimination on Chris Statlander. There we go. And Shida looking very good here tonight. Shida with the clotheslines. Nice. Taking down Kong. Brings Kong back up now. Into the corner she goes. Shida. She's going to take her up high again. We've already seen her go for 1. Oh no. Kong fighting back and big strong clothesline. Taking the head off of Shida. Big Swole's back on her feet. Re-enters the ring. Big Swole now, German suplex on Awesome Kong, bridges for the pin. Only a 2 count. Swole was looking so good tonight. That's my worry. She was the one in this match I didn't really want to win because of the poor core, but to be honest, she might just get their discus. That was Rainmaker clothesline, really, wasn't it? The Swole Maker clothesline. And now Swole pulling the leg back on Shida. Shida sending Swole into the corner. Swole's looking strong. Swole is looking strong. Big Swole now looking to take Shida up high. She knows I don't want her to win, so she's going to do well. That's what it is. Oh no, Shida fighting back. Come on, Shida, be the hero. Oh, Shida taking the referee out in the process of taking Big Swole up to the top. Swole fighting back, though. Shida once again sending Swole into the corner. And Awesome Kong is not quite happy with Swole as well. Awesome Kong sending Swole into the corner and then a drop kick to the spine. Oh, what a big discus back fist. That could be enough to take Swole out. That hit her right in the back of the head. She didn't see it coming. She couldn't protect herself. Boom. Big Swole is out. Okay. Eliminated by Awesome Kong. There we go. Yeah. I like Shida. It took a while, I must admit. Shida was one that was a slow burner with me, but I'm definitely on board now. I weren't like on the initial bandwagon of Shida, I must admit, but I'm definitely on board now. She's a very, very talented wrestler. And now that I can talk about it, do you agree, Lucha Reject, with what I said yesterday about, for me, I said that Shida versus Penelope Ford may have been the match of the night of Fyter Fest Night 1. Shida slamming Kong's face and then dropping a big knee as well. Yeah. Yeah, they seem to have, I suppose with the virus and that sort of stuff, they've not been able to use Riho as much maybe, but they seem to have cooled down on Riho a bit, haven't they? Maybe once things ease up a bit. The problem is America's going through their... I don't know if I'm correct on this, but they're still going for it pretty badly, aren't they? I think I preferred the Shida versus Penelope Ford match, Lucha, just because I wasn't expecting it as much. I knew the tag team match was going to be great, but that one I didn't really think it was going to be as good as it was, and it did surprise me. Nice boot in the knee, and then, oh, Shining Wizard. And, oh, still not enough. Do you like your new little Shockmaster logo then, Lucha Reject, do you? Shada's leaving too, is she, Jay? I've heard about Sane leaving, but I don't know if she's sort of... semi-retired now because some of the injuries she's had recently. I'm not sure, to be honest. But if AEW was to pick up Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane, the women's division would be greatly, greatly improved as Awesome Kong becomes our first women's champion. It's a very good first world champion, I suppose, in the women's division here in AEW. She's the sort of person you would expect to be the top of the rankings. And that's exactly where she is now. Why is there no women's championship on there? Okay, let me add that on to here now. Move that across there. Dark that. Of course, if you want to keep up to date with the rankings, they are down below in the description. There we go. Women's is Awesome Kong. The belt is going to be a bit small for Awesome Kong, isn't it, really? But it still works. 4.5 stars by Lucha Reject. I'm assuming that's what that means. Well, only because, Jay, is that AEW do have a weaker women's division. They're both very big women's talents, and they would do everything they can to get a hold of them. That's the only reason why. they'd be stupid not to look at the likes of Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler, to be honest. Right, into the interesting cage match we've got lined up. Not one that we ever decided that we were going to do on. It just sort of happened, didn't it? The feud began and we just sort of built upon it. And we had a 3-on-1 match on Dynamite the other day. Wardlow looked very, very good, but eventually the numbers game defeated him. When he took on Preston Vance as well as, of course, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. But now 1-on-1 inside a steel cage. No help for Preston Vance. Can Wardlow get some retribution? There are a lot more promotions, Jay, yeah, but like I say, with AEW noticeably having a weak as women division, there are definitely 2 women they'll definitely look at. I mean, all the ones that got released from WWE, there's only a few that I would ever consider taking to AEW. I would consider taking Zack Ryder just because of his internet presence, but I don't think he's got a lot more to offer than that. Anderson and Gallows, I would consider, because AEW are trying to push their tag team division. But the likes of Heath Slater and them, I would never even look at. I mean, EC3's one I would go for, but only in this new gimmick. I don't really like the old gimmick he used to use in Impact, to be honest. This new gimmick is working pretty well. But the money that AEW have got, if somebody came on the market that's going to greatly improve their roster, they're going to go for them. They'd be stupid not to, wouldn't they? That's the problem. NXT treat the women's talent so well. They go on the main roster, and they did have a little burst where they did it quite well a couple of years ago, but since then, the main roster have not really been that interested, is it? They've had their little run at it. They've made it the WrestleMania main event, which I don't think was the right idea at the time. And it must be frustrating for some of those women talents, especially how good they are. The thing is with Kairi is if she did go back to Stardom, which I believe is part of the rumour that she would go back to Stardom, I believe AEW and Stardom do have a working relationship, which is why Riho and Shida are both working there. So Sane could be someone else that would definitely join that same sort of group. What happened to the other 2, Jay? Yeah, Jay, what happened to the other 2? What they called the other 2 horsewomen that weren't very good? What's her name? Someone Sharif and the other one. Are they both been got rid of now, and they're just going for the Shayna Savoy Mercedes group instead? They really missed the trick by not doing the Ronda and Shayna team earlier on, didn't they? Wardlow smashed into the side of the cell. Wardlow's looked very strong so far this month, but as we said earlier on, Preston Vance has seemed to do a lot better over Wardlow. But this is Wardlow's opportunity. Nobody else can get involved. He knows this is full-on one-on-one. Is she the one who's married to Roderick Strong, Jay? Is she the one married to Roderick Strong? I know one of the 4 horsewomen was. Preston Vance now, nice fall away slam. I don't understand why, to be honest. With the main roster losing Becky Lynch, it seems bizarre to try and take Shayna back down. Shayna is such a good wrestler. Oh, it's a kick out. Shayna is such a good wrestler. I think she's probably my favourite women's wrestler in all of WWE. And the fact that they're not using her that well She should be top of the bloody... she should be top of the division the whole way through. She's the sort of quality they need to use. She's a fantastic heel as well. It just surprises the life out of me that they've not used her properly. And if they're going to take her back to NXT, which don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. At least she'll get used pretty well in NXT. But I think she can offer so much more. Preston Vance getting higher and higher. Wardlow now trying to come up and grab. That's the problem with Vince, isn't it, really? Oh, Preston's got it. He's escaped here. He managed to kick away Wardlow, and now Preston trying to get a grip with his boot, but I think he's going to be fine here because Wardlow's still down grounded, and Preston's over the top. And once again, Preston Vance gets a victory over Wardlow. Wow, Wardlow has been so squashed this month, hasn't he? He really has been squashed. I keep trying to give him opportunities, but Preston Vance now, with 3 wins out of 3 in this season, has been fantastic. I was reading the other day, by the way, Jay, that that Becky tried her hardest, apparently, to she tried her hardest to advocate for Baszler to take the championship off of her at Mania. Becky said that she knew she was going to be going away for a while, and Becky said that I really want Shayna to take the belt off me cleanly at Mania, and that would have been fantastic, but instead they decided just to hand the belt over to Asuka. What was the point? Because you just ruined the build-up you did with Shayna, and you've also ruined the whole fun with the Money in the Bank. It made absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever. But that's Vince and WWE for you, isn't it? And I wouldn't be surprised if... It's the same with the tag team talent, isn't it? It's the same with the likes of the Revival. They see that they're not getting used correctly and they want to leave. And that's possibly what might start happening in the women's division as well at some point. Right. Good victory then for Preston Vance. At least one member of the Dark Order's doing well in this universe mode so far. I have no idea, Lucha. No idea whatsoever. Yeah, say, Jay, that for some reason they just didn't like it, did they? I think for me, the problem that became with Becky is that they sat on the hype too much, and they sort of got a bit... What's the phrase? Well, anyway, just let me open the door quickly. 1 second. I'll go back in the garden. Yeah. I'm back. I'm back. Ugh. I know, it's crazy, Jay, because like I said, I think that Shayna is, well, she's my favourite female talent in WWE. She's such a good natural heel, which is very difficult to find in the women's division. But hey-ho. Well, if NXT get another run, I would like to push her if that's okay with everyone else. If NXT get another run, Shayna for a champion. Well, she didn't get buried at the Chamber, did she? She eliminated all 5 people then. She just got super put over at the Chamber. I'm sure she got all 5 eliminations. But then why do that? Why give her all 5 eliminations at the Chamber and then have her lose at Mania? It makes no sense. It really makes no sense. But at least if she goes back to NXT, she's going to be one of the main names there, and she's going to be, like you say, maybe involved in a stable that they maybe want to build up a little bit, then take the stable up to the main roster, maybe. But if Vince doesn't want to push someone like Shayna Baszler because she's a little bit too manly, then it just shows that WWE still have no idea about women's wrestling. It's all about the divas still for them, if that's the way he's looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, Terrence, Charlotte has become the female Roman Reigns now. I think even if they try and send her through as a face, it's not going to work. Yeah, Rhea Ripley as well. She was so over, Rhea Ripley as well. That Survivor Series run she had last year. Was it last year? Where she got all the eliminations against the main roster. That was incredible, and they still... It perplexes me. Because I think there's so many good members of talent in the women's division there, and they still just keep pushing the same ones over and over again that just aren't that great, to be honest. But that's the problem, Jay. You know it's bad when... it's a bit like in football. It's a bit like turning around and saying, oh, that this player should stay in the reserves. He doesn't want to go into the main roster. He doesn't want to go into the main team. He wants to stay in the reserves his entire career. That's not the point, is it? They want to make it to the big leagues. And if Vince has got no intention of ever giving them that opportunity in the big leagues, then they have to try and go somewhere else that will. Which is what the Revival's done. They knew they weren't going to be used very well in WWE, so they refused all the contracts and went to AEW. I suppose everyone else is different. Everyone else got released, didn't they? Whereas the Revival just refused all the contracts. But it's a pile driver there by Matt Jackson. And I think it might happen again elsewhere as well. You'll see it a lot now. And that's the good thing that AEW's offered, is an alternative. Now there's an alternative. People can sort of wait for the best option for them now, not just stick with what WWE is willing to give them. That's it, yeah, same as that, Luca, yeah. Pentagon now taking Matt Jackson up and dropping on the back of his head. I think it still is developmental, Jay, to be honest. I know it's a lot better than what it used to be, don't get me wrong, but Raw and Smackdown, I mean, we talk about the battle between AEW and NXT for ratings, but if you put Raw and Smackdown in that, there's nowhere near. Raw and Smackdown's ratings are miles ahead of both AEW and NXT. They're on bigger networks. They've got better adverts. So NXT, it might be at a higher level than what it used to be, but it is still developmental to Raw and Smackdown. They're just treating it a bit better now because they know they have to... well, they know they have to compete against AEW, I suppose. I'm not sure, to be honest, Luca. Yeah, Luca. I'm not sure, to be honest, if they are going to use Evolve as a developmental, because that's what I assumed, but seeing that a lot of the talents were released from their contracts yesterday makes me think they might have just brought them, dissolved them, and taken their library, to be honest. Big win there by the Lucha Brothers. They retain the championships. Not been the best run for the Bucks, has it, really? Match quality is not massively high so far tonight either. It's been good. Are they just cruising through this one expecting to win? I mean, NXT could still pull something amazing out of the bag. You know they have the ability, and they have a pretty strong roster as well. But the Lucha Bros get another victory. And of course, the Lucha Bros did get a victory over the Bucks as well on the previous show. And there we go. Lucha Bros. Mexican. Yeah, they can say that, Jay, but it is still developmental, isn't it? That's where the younger talent goes. That's where they build up, and then when they believe they're good enough, they move up onto the main roster, onto Raw and Smackdown. So they might try and say it's no longer developmental, but it is still, really. It's a bit like ECW. They sort of tried to say that ECW was a third brand, but all it was developmental, really. It's just a much higher grade than developmental than it used to be. Yeah, they're definitely pushing it a lot more now because obviously they want to try and stunt AEW at the same time by pushing it and making it stronger, but it is still the first level of WWE, isn't it, really? If you look at WWE in a tiered system, you've got NXT, then you've got Smackdown, then you've got Raw, which is the flagship show. And it won't be long until they start to try and take more names up, I suppose. That's what they do, don't they? They take more names up, they don't do very well, and they put them back down again. Which I've got no problem with WWE doing. If they're going to take someone from NXT, that's no problem at all. But at least give them a running chance. At least give them a storyline to go into, or a feud to go into. Something that's going to build the interest straight away. Just moving somebody up for the sake of it is a bit weird. Yeah, it's well, yeah, it's a bit like a developmental on steroids now, isn't it? It's much stronger than it ever has been. Don't get me wrong. But it is still the first place that talent goes, isn't it? They work behind the scenes in the doing that sort of stuff. Then as they move up, they definitely move up onto the higher brands. Yeah, JSI, I don't really care about the ratings war either, to be honest with you. I'm just sort of stating that if you look at the viewership and the ratings, NXT and AEW are miles behind Raw and SmackDown, so it gives you an indication of what are the big shows that WWE have. I mean, NXT doesn't get half the viewers of Raw and SmackDown. Neither does AEW. And that's on a weekly basis, of course, as well. Yeah, I think they have to now, don't they? Because they moved to, was it Fox they moved on to? I think Fox sort of stated, look, you've got to give us big talent. You've got to give us stuff that's going to sell the show, that's going to sell advertising space. So I think they had to boost SmackDown up this year, but it's always the same way with Vince. He always overdoes Raw. Historically, he's always done that. I mean, during the original like brand split and that sort of stuff, Jay, you've changed your tune a bit, mate. You've changed your tune. You were saying about how great NXT was and AEW's just a little kid that's been around and everyone's so hyped up about and they're never going to win and they'll be gone in a couple of years. I'm sure you said that last week. Yeah, I don't really bother Raw and SmackDown. I mean, if something good happens, I'll go back and watch the video on YouTube and that, but yeah, it just, yeah, it disappoints me, man. I would only ever watch NXT as a WWE thing now, or I watch WrestleMania and the Rumble. I enjoy the Rumble. Nice headlock driver. That'd be a chance to see how much they see NXT as a real brand again. Will be when the Rumble comes round. Because there was barely, there was a few NXT, weren't there, this year in the Rumble, but not many. Jay the classic heel. Nice atomic drop by Cody on John Moxley. Of course, Moxley defended this belt twice now. Defended it against both... has he defended it twice? What's happened? Yes. So he won it against Luchasaurus. Defended against Jungle Boy, and defended successfully against Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt being the closest match, to be honest. Does that mean you're happy whatever the vote is either way, Jay? Or do you have a favourite of what you would like to keep seeing? Nice back elbow. Cody now taking Moxley up, big boot into the gut. Can you tell that's the Shockmaster, or does it just look like a Stormtrooper? I mean, I know the Shockmaster was just like a Stormtrooper ripoff anyway, wasn't it? There's the crossroads by Cody on Jon Moxley. We've got a brand new TNT champion here. 1, 2, and we have. Wow. Expected as well, but Cody... the TNT champion. Cody, the new TNT champion. He's the 4th champion in history. Brody Lee being the first, and Luchasaurus, then Jon Moxley. Now, of course, Cody as well. Wow, Cody, good win. That surprised me, that has. It really has surprised me. Well, it hasn't surprised. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't surprised that Cody won, don't get me wrong, but I'm surprised it was so quick, is what I'm trying to say. But Cody's actually top of the rankings now. He's had a fantastic season so far. He's got a lot of points, and now he works out with the championship. There we go. Right then, so next up we've got Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho, best 2 out of 3 falls. Of course, we had this match on, was it the previous episode? The episode before, and Orange Cassidy got a cheeky roll-up win over Jericho. Then after the match, Jericho, so unhappy, he tried to attack Orange Cassidy, and Orange Cassidy got the best of him. So now we're going to best 2 out of 3 falls. Jericho believes Cassidy's win was a fluke. And Cassidy, well, we tried to do an interview with him and he just sort of looked at us strange and put his thumb up, so we didn't really get much out of him, to be honest. Yeah, I think New Japan's got a good shout, to be honest, Jay. Yeah. Nice brainbuster. Yeah, I feel like New Japan's going to be one that's going to get a an opportunity very soon, isn't it? As well as Ring of Honor's probably going to be up there. Like I said, Impact, I would like to do Impact, but I feel like if we left it 2 or 3 weeks of Impact, it could be a much more interesting roster once we see who joins at Slammiversary and if there's going to be this rehashed Aces and Eights stable. I've seen that Bully Ray's contract at Ring of Honor has now expired. Well, that to me would sort of, yeah, that to me would sort of lean towards the new Aces and Eights stable as well. Yeah, Jay, I suppose you got to think as well that if we do Ring of Honor or Impact, it's not the current day roster, it will be the alumni as well. So they both have the likes of AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, and Ring of Honor's got Daniel Bryan, that sort of people as well, and Impact will have Bobby Roode, and so it will make it a lot stronger. NWA's roster's pretty fun as well. Nice jawbreaker. What year are you in, Luca? Where's my phone's buzzing? What's going on? It's full time. Oh, it's 3-0. Great. Chelsea just scored a third then, yep. Yep, there we go. Yeah, Steen versus Generico, both, well, maybe not Steen versus Generico, maybe, maybe Steen versus Sami Zayn, or Owens versus Zayn. Yeah, the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money, good shouts. It'd be interesting if we do another season of AEW as well. I wonder whether we should integrate, I don't know, it's not done, but the fact that he was at ringside whether we should integrate Brian Pillman Jr. into the new season of AEW if we do go with that one. And obviously NXT will have to bring Shayna Baszler in as well. The problem is with New Japan is it's a very big roster, which is going to be tricky to do, I think. So if we do go New Japan, we might have to, if NXT sticks around, we might have to maybe hone the roster in a little bit for NXT. Just pick who we're going to use for that month, just so we can have the space we need for New Japan. And AEW might have to be the same. We'll probably remove a couple of people that are not really that much use. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. Orange Cassidy rolling Jericho through. That's how he got the cheeky victory on Dynamite a couple of weeks ago. I mean, Jeff Cobb's a shout. I mean, he was apparently on the verge of signing for the company before the COVID stuff happened. I did say beforehand, though, that I didn't want to put anybody in who wasn't a proper roster member, just a one-off appearance. But, I mean, if everyone agrees they want Jeff Cobb involved in the AEW roster, we can do. Code breaker by Jericho and Orange Cassidy. The problem is, if we say we're going to have Jeff Cobb in AEW, then, yeah, exactly what I was about to say, Lucha, yeah. If we say we're going to put Jeff Cobb in AEW, there's no way NXT's ever going to win. Everyone's going to vote AEW, aren't they? Just for the Cobbmeister. Right, Chris Jericho gets the first pin, which is his first one of the entire season. Orange Cassidy, big drop kick to the back of the head. I mean, Jericho needs this desperately because he's pretty low in the rankings. Nice backbreaker. Is he though? I still think AEW needs some sort of cruiserweight division. I think they might do that at some point. They'll have a cruiserweight championship because, I mean, they've got a lot of people that could really be in that and make it very strong. And I think Brian Pillman would be a good option for that as well. I'd like to see the whole stable come across. The Pillman, well, maybe not Teddy Hart because he's just a problem, but Pillman and Dave Boy Smith Jr. Walls of Jericho locked in. Cassidy able to break free. That beer empty? No, it's not. You had heard of Jeff Cobb? The man, the myth, the legend. Jeff Cobb's amazing. I mean, I think the thing that made Battle Riot so cool was the fact that you could see Jeff Cobb doing that. He's the sort of guy, he's big, he's strong, he's agile, he's got great resilience, he's got great energy. He's the sort of man you could see going 1-30 in a Rumble like that. It's a possibility, Jay, yeah? I think AAA's got a deal with everyone, though, haven't they? Aren't AAA also in a deal with Impact as well? Big elbow missed. Jericho with a Lion Soul in for the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Jericho gets a 2-0 victory in this best 2 out of 3 falls match and puts Orange Cassidy in his place. Jericho gets himself up to -1 in the rankings with that 2-0 win. And there we go. Jericho needed that desperately, didn't he? Really needed that. I'll tell you what, AEW's not had the best of shows so far, so NXT have got an opportunity here. If NXT pull off a cracking pay-per-view, which they have the ability to do, they have the talent to do. They might just be back in this one on match quality. I'll tell you what, Terence, that's actually a really, really good analogy, to be honest. Jeff Cobb, I mean, he's maybe not quite as aggressive as Joe was, or submission-based, but it's a very, very good analogy, and I like that. Yeah. There's a good chance NXT could do. I haven't got this match written down yet. I need to put it in. So, Jake Hager. So, this one is for the chip. The winner of this one will get a future AEW Championship match. If this season does not carry on, then they will keep that chip until the next time AEW is back on the show. So it is effectively going to be like a championship they will keep a hold of. So, yeah, if NXT stays on and AEW goes, then when this does come back, we will still have the opportunity. It's going to be treated like a Money in the Bank, so championship match anywhere, any time. Right. All the football is finished for the night. Huzzah! I'm on to my third. My beers aren't going very quick. Oh, at 15, I'm only doing 3. Good old antivirus. It's like we are seeing exactly what your we're seeing exactly what your location is. We know you're in Sunderland. Nah, bloody not. I'm nowhere near Sunderland. Well, I'm guessing that that's not working too well then, is it? There we go. Oh, I left the entrances on for the match of 8 people. How annoying is that? Right. It's looking that way, Lucha, isn't it? I would still like to see... James Storm join AEW just to make the Cowboy Tag Team. Yeah, I think Brian Cage will be in the Impact roster as well, yeah. I think that's about it for Brian Cage. Trust the match that's got the most people in. Out of all the matches I could have messed up, it's the one with 8 people. I thought the loading screen was a bit long. Did you see the end of the show, Lucha Reject, then? The end of Fyter Fest? What did you think of that? Where we again saw a little bit of tension between Omega and Adam Page. But the way that it was pretty interesting with Omega with the Bucks and Adam Page with the Revival. That was very interesting. Come on, entrances. No one cares about you. I think I'll have myself a beer. Oh. Yeah, I think Omega and Page is going to end up splitting up. It might end up... I think it'll be soon. I think they might end up dropping the belts to... I'd like to see him drop the belts to either the Bucks or to the Revival. Then they can build up to the big tag team match at All Out, which we know is going to happen, the Bucks versus Revival. And then we could also work towards Hangman Page versus Omega, Omega as well. Nobody likes entrances. There we go. There we go, right. This could be a quick match. This could be a very long match. We don't know yet. Ladder matches are notoriously a little bit random on this game. We see the chip dangling from above the ring. The round chip that is a very briefcase-shaped chip. So one of these men is going to get themselves an opportunity to the AEW Championship at any time of their liking. Tell you what, I mean, I don't know if you could do it same night, but there's a chance they could even cash it in this evening, you know. I don't know if you can do that or not, to be honest, but once the show's begun, I'm not sure if you can put that in, but there's an opportunity for it. Yeah, it might be a long one, Terrence, maybe. I mean, all these people are very strong. They do a lot of damage, but at the same time, they're all very resilient and don't take a lot of damage, so that's a tricky one. MJF, nice shoulder block, taking him down. They're definitely pushing Private Party, aren't they? I mean, I knew they were going to push them quite a bit because Private Party knocked the Bucks out of the Tag Team Championship tournament at the very beginning, didn't they? Yeah, that looks very possible to me, Jay, to be honest. Unless they make the tag team match like a triple threat or fatal four-way like you were suggesting, but I don't know if they will do. I think if they're trying to push this whole idea of FTR wanting to be like a very good classic tag team, then they might just stick to the classic 2-on-2. The problem is, though, with the Bucks and the Revival is the pressure is on. There's so much hype leading up to that tag team match that they have to provide possibly one of the best tag team matches in history. They have to. Because the pressure is there. The hype is there so much they have to do it. And I believe they could do, to be honest. They're two very talented teams. What are we doing ranking-wise here, then, by the way? Because normally I would give somebody 1 point for each opponent they beat. And this is an 8-man match. Does the winner of this match get 7 ranking points? And all the losers get -1? Or do we just ignore this match in the rankings and just give the chip away? What do you guys think? What would you like to see? As Hangman Page and Luchasaurus up in the ring. I mean, if Brody Lee was to win this, that'd be incredible, because Brody's had such a bad time this month. And a really, really bad time. I think maybe Wardlow and MJF need to rejoin up as well, because MJF's not done fantastically well. He's had -2 this season. Wardlow on a -1. So maybe those two could do with sharing a bit of time together. The Dark Order's doing pretty badly. Revival's doing pretty badly. Brody Lee's bottom of the rankings, though. He's had 4 matches and lost all 4 so far this season. No points. That's the thing, Jay. There's so many good options. And because it's a new company, really, we haven't seen a lot of the feuds before, which is pretty good. It's all going to be very new, which is going to add a lot of differences to it, which I quite like. Let's say Hangman, I see going off with Omega, possibly. I mean, maybe if the Hangman and Omega team... The Hangman and Omega team continues on, then possibly they could do a triple threat for the Tag Team Championships. Hangman and Omega versus the Bucks versus FTR. That'd be a pretty interesting match. PJ Tovey's in the house. Yeah, that'd be pretty good, maybe. I mean, they've done Moxley versus Brody, which was quite a good match, to be honest. And Jay, you're assuming that Moxley's going to keep the belts against Cage, which I also assume, to be honest. If Moxley wins this is going to be a hell of a surprise, because he's had, not Moxley, sorry, Brody. He's had a hell of a bad season so far. Come on, what are they doing? MJF, what are you doing? Knock the ladder over. Brody's going to win this. Push him, Mox. Push him, MJF. Push him. This is proper 2K, this, isn't it? Proper 2K. This is the opposite of the Battle Riot. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's actually won it. Oh, my God. Well, I'm happy because Brody Lee won, but I mean, that's got to be 1 star. That ending. I mean, it was okay up until then, but that ending was shocking. I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you at this point in time, I must admit. Yeah. Well, there you go, Terence. You thought it was going to be a long match, and it went, nah, we won't make it a long match. We will be nice and quick for you. And that was shocking. Yeah. NXT's got a great chance here of pulling this out of the bag, you know. I suppose the only plus point is that Brody Lee's got an opportunity at the championship in the future. Double or nothing chip. They got the opportunity. It's a strong card NXT are putting forward. But this one could save them. Pac versus Omega. Of course, Omega, the current AEW champion. And Pac, the #1 contender after winning that 10-man Royal Rumble on the opening week. And there we go. Right, let's get into it. I mean, if any match is going to be a banger, it's going to be this one, isn't it? If we can rely on any match, it's got to be this one. Yeah, Pac is pretty good, isn't he? He's not even got high rating. I mean, he's normal rated. He's not, like, higher than he should be. Like, the likes of Pentagon's a bit higher than he should be, but Pac is at a normal level. So I don't quite understand where he gets it all from, to be honest. I see the Dislike crew haven't turned up yet. There must be somebody or some group of people that come in and dislike the video, you know, because we've had none yet today. Which I appreciate. Thank you very much. If you've not already, please hit the like. Help boost this video and maybe find a few other really random new people. Yeah, Moxley versus Archer will be interesting. That could have been awful. That really could have been awful. If that was a count-out victory, that could have really destroyed AEW's chances. But then, nice boot right in the side of the head there by Pac on Omega. Omega slides back in. I'm annoyed with this arena, you know, because none of the Double or Nothing logos have loaded. What a knee in the face by Omega on Pac. Big boot in the spine as well. And a boot in the back of the arm. Pac and Omega need to pull this one out the bag. Otherwise, NXT have got a serious chance of pulling out the win. Omega now dropping Pac face first across that top rope. Ooh. Pac just kicking him away. Boot in the arm. And just drilling the face of Omega into the mat. Pac bringing Omega back up once again. Front chancery. Elbow into the back of the shoulder. Clever move, that one. Because he knows there's an opportunity he can potentially work towards that Rings of Saturn or the Brutalizer submission. by weakening those arms. Going to make it a lot easier to lock in. And get the tap from, of course. Nice spinning heel kick in the gut. Pac sending Omega off the ropes. Ducks underneath. Nice, taking him down. And Pac is looking incredibly good here tonight. He's had some good momentum built forth this month. We've only seen Omega once so far, and he didn't do very well. I think light heavyweight championship or cruiserweight belt, definitely, Jay. I think it would be a good way of getting some other people on. That's what I did in my universe mode. I put in a cruiserweight belt just because I thought it would really add another aspect in. There's a lot of good high flyers in that roster, and if they're going to add someone like Pillman Jr. in there as well. Omega, nice crossbody to the outside. If it ends with a one-wing angel or red arrow. I thought that would make the sense, wouldn't it? Nice spinning heel kick there by Pac right into the face of... If this ends in a counter, I'm rioting. Get up, Omega, get up! Get up! Omega, don't do this to us. Don't do this to us, Omega. Oh, thank God for that. There's a better name. I always preferred the cruiserweight to the light heavyweight, to be honest. Cruiserweight just sort of rolls off the tongue a bit easier. Nice powerbomb out the corner there by Pac. Well, not by Pac, by Omega on Pac, shall I say. Omega brings Pac back up to his feet. Into the corner. Well, he might actually be going for One Wing Angel now by the looks of it. Hooks him up. And he is going One Wing Angel. Not very good though by Omega though. He's got his back to the hard cam. Wow. Wow. Well, Omega retains his championship. But it wasn't the best match it could have been. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing at the same time. And that is the fight. And there's a handshake as well. That's even less likely, isn't it? And that is the final match of this season of AEW. Pac versus Omega. Omega retains his championship. And Pac loses. But is that going to be enough? Is that going to be enough? 2.5 star, 3 star. So I think it could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better, to be honest. But it gives NXT a good chance now then. A very good chance. Because AEW's pay-per-view was a bit of a flop compared to the last couple of shows. And NXT do have a pretty good card locked in. We'll go for it and have a look now. So, we have got for NXT... the final of the Dusty Classic. Imperium defend their tag team championships against Mustache Mountain, Street Profits, and DIY. With the United Kingdom Championship, Pete Dunne defends against Walter. The Women's Championship, Charlotte defends against Kaylee Ray. Cruiserweight ladder match, 5-man, Phantasma defends his belt against Drew Gulak, Ricochet, Kalisto, and Mustafa Ali. Triple threat, Karrion Kross, Karrion Kross, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. North American Championship, Keith Lee defending against Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. And the main event, Johnny Gargano defends against Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah. 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 Why is it there? Why is it there? Why is it there? Why, Trent? Why? Why must you be that guy? You think for somebody who can make a core as good looking as Trent is, that looks so accurate, they'd remember to take the bloody towel off his attire, wouldn't you? That's it. We take the towel away. He's not going to win now. The towel was his power. The towel was his power. There we go. The towel's gone. If he loses now, Jay, then it's all because you took the towel off of him. I hope you know that. I hope you know that. Right, while that loads, I'm going to go and get a fresh beer. 1 second. I'm in the mood for beer. And beer. And lots more beer. Right, we're here. Bugger off, Luca. I'm back. I can read you. I can read you. Don't do it. I want to try and figure out if it is you guys or if it's the actual, if it's somebody else coming back and doing it. We all know who I mean. It's too late now, Luke. I've seen you. 51-49. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Let me just check the entrances. Off, 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 and off. We're good to go then. We all ready? We should have had Brody Lee cash in the chip at the end of that show, shouldn't we? Really, just to get some of the rating back for AEW. Nah, I'm only 4. Well, no, I had a can of Stella earlier. I'm just opening my 4th bottle of Budweiser. I'm not drunk yet. Maybe not too far away, though, I must admit. Right then, here we go. There is no dislikes, is there? I just refreshed it. There was none a second ago. Who did it? It's you, Lucha, isn't it? It's you, isn't it? Because I had 8 likes and 0 dislikes a second ago. Now there's 7 likes and 1 dislike. Someone's changed their mind. No, not Luca, man. It's Lucha, man. Right, to the final of the Dusty Classic. Of course, Imperium got a bye to the final because they are the current tag team champions. Mustache Mountain. Should I go through what happened to get here? So, I've got the wrong document open. That doesn't really help, does it? If you want to join us along, of course, you can do in the link down below. No, I don't want dislikes. I want more likes. Likes is the way forward. Mustache Mountain defeated the Grizzled Young Vets. And they defeated... Where are they? American Alpha. The Street Profits, they defeated... Maybe not. Who else is next? DIY. DIY defeated War Raiders and defeated Heavy Machinery. And the Street Profits defeated Cedric Alexander and Ricochet and Undisputed Era to make it here. I can check, you know. I can check. Okay, Lutra, I believe you. We're back up to 8-0. Yay! It'd be nice just to get a stream that hasn't got... It would show. I mean, if it's not... I don't know. I don't know if you guys just playing sort of funny buggers with me, to be honest. But if we don't get any dislikes today, then it's a bit weird because the last 3 streams we've really got hit hard by like 5 or 6 dislikes, and you guys have said it wasn't you. If it's not you, then I'm still confused where they're coming from, to be honest. We could only assume that it is a certain person who's got several accounts who has a certain name. I mean, who could dislike this? I mean, it's just quality content. It's just a guy sat here getting drunk watching wrestling. I mean, what more could you ask for? I must admit I'm missing the towel. I don't know about you guys, but I am missing the towel. I really feel like the towel is what gives him all his power. He has the towel! You know what I mean. The Battle Riot's got 27 views already as well, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I think if Trent loses this match, he's going to have a match against Jay on like a... We'll do a proper Russo. We'll have a towel on a pole match. Jay versus Trent for the towel. That's boot in the gut by Ciampa. Of course, Gargano working double duty tonight. The last thing he wants is to suffer a lot of damage here tonight as well, because he's got Shinsuke later on in the night. And some could say this could start a feud between Gargano and Ciampa, because if Gargano felt pressured to be part of the Dusty Classic to join his partner Ciampa, and then for Gargano to take the damage throughout this match and the tiredness, then to go on and lose his NXT Championship match against Nakamura, he could resent Ciampa for making him compete in this tournament. It's a possibility. It's a potential feud. And you would have to think as well that if Gargano wins the main event but loses this, whoever pins Gargano would have a shout at an opportunity as well, wouldn't you? It makes sense. Yeah, 2 NXT UK and 2 NXT tags. That's pretty cool. By the way, to any of the American viewers out there, happy Independence Day. And all that sort of stuff. I don't really... It's not something that's really celebrated in the UK, but happy Independence Day to you guys. What are you confused about, Luca? Just life in general? Sexuality? What is it? That's it, Terrence. It'd be something completely new that we could do. Okay, who did it? Who did it? Is it you guys? Is it you guys? Is it you guys, or has somebody just turned up? I'm confused. Oh, I see what you mean, Luca, yeah. So, Gargano's the current NXT champion. However, he's competed in this Dusty Classic with his partner Ciampa. So Ciampa could be involved. If Gargano ends up losing the main event, considering he had to pull double duty in this pay-per-view, if he has to pull double duty and then loses the main event, he could resent Ciampa for making him compete in the Dusty Classic, when really he should have been fully just paid his attention to the main event. Does that make sense? Yeah, is it you guys? Because we've just been hit by the classic instant 5 dislikes. What happened? What happened? Why? Why do this to me? Why be that person? I hate you. No, for me it now says 7 likes and 6 dislikes, it says now. Now it says 8 likes and 5 dislikes, so it's 5. 5's the number. 5 is what we always keep getting, is 5 dislikes out of nowhere. All in the space of a very short period of time. It's really weirding me out. I mean, I'd rather get a dislike than nothing. That could work as well, Terence, yeah. Just caught me little toe. Ow, that hurt. I caught my little toe on my desk. That really hurt. Yeah, Luca, it could be the point where Gargano, yeah, he didn't want to work 2 times tonight. But he's done that to try and help out his tag team partner, Ciampa. Oh, God, it could be a DIY... Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know what it is, Lucha. It's some buggy thing keeps coming in, just disliking 5 times. It's really weird. I saw that elimination, yeah. I don't normally do the points for the eliminations, though, in tag team matches. Just because it can be very confusing about who gets the points. So are we down to 1 member of Imperium, 2 members of Mustache Mountain, and 2 members of DIY. So Street Profits are out. Yeah, tag teams are a bit funky, I think. DIY takeover could happen. Divide and conquer. Yeah, normally I'll just get the points right at the end. It's already been a pretty good match so far, hasn't it? I mean, if AEW does win, they need to consider this sort of thing. Like the Bucks versus the Revival versus the Lucha Bros versus Omega and Page. Or Best Friends. That could work. Yeah, I don't understand where the dislikes come from. It's really random. They just all pop in and that's what's confused me. If we got 5 dislikes throughout the entire video, it wouldn't really bother me too much. But the fact that all the 5 dislikes come within the space of like 10 seconds, it's really weird. But as I said, as long as you guys like, then I don't mind too much. The dislike works as good as a like anyway. Tyler Driver there on Barthau. We could be guaranteed new... No, we're not. We're not far away from being guaranteed brand new tag team champions, though, are we? And he's going to go for it again. Boom, again. Wow. Yeah, that's it, Jay. That would be a cracking match. It really would. There's the pin by Ciampa on Trent. That's aeroplane spin here by Trent on Tommaso Ciampa. Super kick right in the face, though, by Gargano on Trent 7. I don't think that Tyler Bate has noticed the pin, and Tyler Bate hasn't noticed the pin. He's too busy spinning Ciampa around, and Tyler Bate's now on his own. What a stupid git. In the nicest possible way. That guy's a stupid idiot. Nice super kick there by Tyler Bate. Now, DIY is in a very strong position here, you know. They could be winning these tag team championships because it's 2-on-1-on-1. And at the moment, the 2-1s are fighting each other. That's it, yeah. Trent can only blame Jay for that. If this is... It's a tap. We're down to 2-on-1. It's Gargano and Ciampa versus Marcel Barthal, or whatever his name is. Marcel Barthal. Marcel Barthal. Ciampa. I thought he was going to go Project Ciampa, but not, just dropping him face first across that top rope. And now Ciampa just choking. I think Gargano just needs to sit back now. Just sit back and rest and allow Ciampa to do the work. Ciampa goes into the pin. Gargano just needs to rest, look after himself, ready for that main event. Gargano's got an idea though. Oh, no, Ciampa ruined it. Gargano Saito suplex. Gonna look for the Gargano escape. He locks it in on Barthal. Will this be enough for the tap? If it is, we're crowning brand new tag team champions. We are indeed crowning brand new tag team champions. Mustache Mount, not Mustache Mount, DIY. Come out that first match with a big win and the brand new tag team champions. Boom. Imperium suffer the loss. As well as the Street Profits and Mustache Mountain. There we go. Champions. Brand new tag team champions in DIY. There we go. The D, the I, and the Y are the brand new tag team champions here in NXT. Boom. Wow. Gargano started off strong. He's won a belt in the opening match. Will he retain a belt in the main event? It's yet to be seen. We're moving on next to the NXT UK Championship. Pete Dunne makes his first defense of the belt against Walter, who, ironically, is the man that Pete Dunne beat to win the championship. So a chance for Mr. Walter to regain his championship now. Can he do it? The bell goes, we are underway. Walter versus Dunne. Big clothesline there by Walter, taking Dunne down. Taking Dunne down. I mean, this could be a cracking match as well. We know these two have the ability. I think Pete Dunne should be on the main roster, really, shouldn't he? I mean, no NXT. I mean, Pete Dunne's just a quality talent. The only problem is he talks like this on the microphone. Oh, I'm going to do really well in this match tonight. And when I do, I'm going to win. And then I'm going to become the champion. That's the problem with Pete Dunne. It's a big shout, Jay. I still feel like, to be honest, even with Gargano's success tonight, I still feel like that I would make... Shinsuke Nakamura the favourite for the main event, you know. Yeah, it's true, Luke. They probably would. I mean, I know Triple H is a massive fan of Pete Dunne. But to be honest... To be honest, I don't think Triple H would have the same ability. Triple H, sorry, Vince McMahon would have the same ability with him. Walter now bringing Dunne back up to his feet. Stiff right hand, another big clubbing blow to the back as well. Pete Dunne, nice step into Guri. I can't believe nobody's made a comment on my Pete Dunne impression. I thought that was pretty good. I was sure my Pete Dunne impression was great. Alright everybody, it's me Pete Dunne. I'm from Wolverhampton. I reckon Vince just does it on purpose, to be honest, Terence. He just purposely doesn't like anybody that Triple H likes just to try and prove a point, I think. I think he must have heard so many people say about Triple H being a better at running a brand than Vince, and Vince just decides to try and squash everything that Vince puts up. Seems that way, doesn't it? So can Walter regain his his NXT UK Championship? Be careful, Jay. If your head gets any bigger, your neck might give way. Big knee in the face there by Walter on Pete Dunne. And Walter just staring over the grounded Pete Dunne. Big boot in the leg. Walter now taking Dunne up onto the shoulder. He's going to hit him with a Rikishi driver. Boom! There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Pete Dunne stiff forearm. Nice hip toss on Walter as well. Pete Dunne now brings Walter back up to his feet. Walter, big elbow in the knee of Pete Dunne and flattens him as well. Walter definitely has the strides. He has the size and power advantage here, doesn't he? Pete Dunne with a pin. We've got 9 dislikes now, you know. 9 likes, 9 dislikes. It's really weird. I don't know how this works. I really don't know how this works. It's really weird. Hey-ho. Pete Dunne now clubbing a big boot in the arm of Walter. Drags him around. Big boots in the chest. And a forearm in the face of Walter as well. No, it doesn't let you see, Luca. It doesn't let you see who likes and dislikes your videos. It's a bit weird. Boom, into the X-Plex. Who's that, Jay? Who was it? What is Walter looking at here? Taking Pete Dunne up. Oh, jackknife. Wow. Brutality. Sheer brutality. There's the pin. Can Walter regain the UK Championship? No, Pete Dunne kicks out on the 2. Walter stalking Dunne into that sleeper right across the face. Wow. Is Pete Dunne going to go out here? Or can Pete Dunne survive? Nice dragon screw there by Pete Dunne and Walter. Dunne now stalking Walter. If Dunne keeps hold of the belt here, it's going to be a very impressive win. But Walter, that big boot in the gut and a running forearm as well. Big knee in the face by Walter. Brings Dunne back up to his feet once again. Dunne, big clothesline taking him down. Pete Dunne now stamping on the back of the legs and knees of Walter. I mean, this could end up being a 5-star match as well, couldn't it, really? It definitely is going the right direction. AEW's put out 2 fantastic episodes of Dynamite that NXT has struggled to keep up with. But NXT really seems to be picking it up here with this pay-per-view. AEW's pay-per-view was not up to scratch. England seems to be okay now. I mean, we're opening up pubs and everything now, Luca, so it seems to be going down. I think it's America and South America and Asia that are struggling now. It seems to be Europe. It seems to be really died down. I really wish I had the my internet up when we had the lockdown, though. Wow, Pete Dunne just hits Walter with a bitter end. This could be enough, you know. It is. No, it's... Ref, your hand hit the mat 3 times. I'm sure it did. I saw it. That is crazy. They've got to put War Games on the new game, Jay, surely. War Games been the last 2 or 3 years. Surely they've got to put it in the new game. Yeah, I'm the same, Luca, to be honest. Like I say, I struggle with anxiety, so I try and stay away from all that sort of stuff, to be honest. Well, as my internet went down, Luca, I had terrible internet for a long time anyway, but I had this new internet fitted on the last day of lockdown. And this is now I'm able to stream now because my internet's strong enough. Before then, I wasn't able to really stream at all. If I got this new internet earlier on, it would have been great. Yeah, this is going to be 5-star again, isn't it? Oh, big clothesline there by Pete Dunne. Into the pin on Walter. 1, 2. Oh, still only a 2 count. What does Dunne need to do to keep Walter down? Nice backbreaker. Pete Dunne with a boot right in the face of Walter, and then a big forearm as well. The one that would be the best, Jay, is the one they've taken off the game, which is Tag Team Elimination Chamber. 6-man Tag Elimination Chamber would have been perfect, but they took it off the game, which is annoying. If you're doing AI versus AI, there's nothing great, to be honest. Hell in a Cell would be great if they actually broke out the cell and did stuff, but... First 2 matches seem to be 5-star straight off the bat, don't they? They're looking very strong. Walter with a shoulder block. I mean, how far behind was NXT before this pay-per-view started? That's the question. They're doing a great chance of catching up, though. Pete Dunne once again stalking the grounded Walter. And once again looking for a second bitter end. And hits it on the big man, surely. Surely. Oh, what on earth? What the hell? Walter kicks out. Now Pete Dunne locking in a triangle choke style submission hold. How is Walter surviving this? If you're playing, Jay, I'd do 6-man tag Hell in a Cell and just try and get that cell broken open. If you're playing, that'd be great. It could be, Terrence. It's looking that way, isn't it? We haven't got the emote for 6-star at the moment, but this could be one of the best matches we've had so far. Is Dunne going to go out here? This probably should go time limit draw, shouldn't it, really? Walter just shouting at the ground, and Pete Dunne now is Dunne out. He didn't tap in the submission, but he might still be out here. Pinned by the ref. Oh, it's a 2 count again. Oh my god. Get 6 stars. Oh, squeaky chair. Walter dropping his entire body weight across the chest of Pete Dunne. Now twisting the head. Walter, big boot in the gut of Pete Dunne. And a big boot in the back of the arm as well. Walter once again going for the pin. They have to get a good win though. If this is a pin after this, it's not going to be very impressive, is it, suppose? It's 5 stars. Now the battle commences on the outside. If this ends in a count out now, it's going to be devastating, isn't it? Surely it can't end a count out now, surely. Surely not. Get back in the ring, Walter. Get back in the ring. Oh, just in time. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This match. This freaking match is insane. This match is insane. Yeah, it's gone weird. It was only when I mentioned it. That's the weird thing, Online Championship. Oh, Luca, sorry. It was only when I mentioned it that it came up. There's the pin once again by Walter after the powerbomb. Still not enough. Bitter end again, though, by Pete Dunne. There's the pin. 1, 2. Is he going to pull it off? Oh, my God. What? What the hell, man? What the hell? Fight forever. Fight forever. I think they already are, to be honest. Pete Dunne now going high up. I think he missed that double foot stomp, to be honest. I'm sure he missed that double foot stomp. It's only a 2 count. Oh my word. Oh my word. I mean, this match has got to be re-uploaded, hasn't it? It's got to be, hasn't it? There you go. I'm going to upload this match as an individual match, I think, in the stream highlights. Because this is a cracking one. This is an amazing match. Pete Dunne with a pin. Still not enough, though. I think AEW could be screwed here, you know. They really could. Pete Dunne slamming the face of Walter into the... I mean, don't let this end in a count out now, whatever you do. Ref, come on. Ref, don't let this end in a count out. Walter's face bouncing off of the ring post. Dunne sends Walter back into the ring, joins him in. There's got to be a good ending now, surely. We can't have a terrible ending now. We've got to have like a proper finisher. Pete Dunne with the arm breaker on Walter. And once again, Dunne locking in that triangle choke on Walter. Does Walter have the power needed to get free from this after this long match? You got to think the longer this one goes, the more it might favour Pete Dunne because of Walter's size, but maybe not. Powerbomb by Dunne. Not by Dunne, by Walter, shall I say. Walter now with Pete Dunne up on the shoulder. Pete Dunne slides free into the reverse DDT. My God, Pete Dunne. Pete frickin' Dunne. With the X-Plex. Boom. Now going after that arm again. And now stalking, ready for the fourth bitter end. Forearm in the face. Up into the bitter end. He's close to the ropes though. Maybe too close to the ropes. No, referee counts it. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my God. Oh my freaking God, what a match. What a freaking match that was between those two. I just can't. I can't. Literally, that's the only thing I can do is I can't. Because that was just absolutely insane. Pete Dunne picks up his third victory. Walter storms out very unhappy. But that was absolutely insane. It really, really was. Really, really insane. And there we go. 6 stars it is, I think, by the looks of it. Pete Dunne retains the NXT UK Championship. I feel like that's not going to be the end of that as well. If NXT continues on for another season, I feel like we're going to see some more of the Walter versus Pete Dunne scenario, aren't we? It's got to be. Here we go then. It's a difficult one to follow, that isn't it really? But Kaylee Ray versus Charlotte has that very difficult task. Charlotte, of course, won the Women's Championship a few episodes ago, beating Io Shirai. And now she has to defend it against Kaylee Ray, who won a fatal 4-way elimination against Io Shirai, Viper, and Sasha Banks to get here. And Kaylee Ray is actually top of the women's rankings. Well, of this season. Charlotte's top of the women's rankings overall. Kaylee Ray top of the women's rankings over for this one. Oh, Iron Man match, yeah, between Pete Dunne and Walter. That's a great shout, that is, Terence. I like that a lot. Iron Man match, I like that a lot. Walter versus Otis. $60-man iron match inside the Helen. Do you reckon in 60 minutes they'd actually break out the cell? I would hope so. Charlotte now with a power bomb. Oh God, you stink. One of the cats have been to the toilet. I think best 2 out of 3 falls match in Iron Man could be very similar, to be honest. And it took us half an hour to get 1 fall. Imagine how much it would take us to get 2. No, just wish they would break through the cell. It's just such a cool thing that I'd like them to do. Charlotte now taking Katie Ray up. Katie fights back with a reverse DDT. Charlotte pops straight back up onto her feet, though. Charlotte boot in the gut and then into that neck breaker over the top on Kaylee Ray. And Charlotte now twisting the heat. Charlotte with a pin on Kaylee Ray. Only enough for a 1 count. I don't think the second season will be as quick, to be honest, Lucha Reject. I've got my family staying up next weekend, so the next season might be a little bit longer going. Probably won't finish next Saturday, to be honest. Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm, yeah. Kaylee Ray dumping Charlotte to the outside. Bear, you've been hidden around for a while, haven't you, mate? Have you been hiding out there? We're sitting like in the old like and dislike now then. 9-9 still. Pinned by Kaylee Ray. Only a 2 count. Now Kaylee Ray heading up to the top. Nice senton bomb on Charlotte. Should be a hero, Kaylee Ray, if she gets this win here. Only a 2 count. Look how confident Jay is for NXT staying as the next brand. He's already pitching matches for Season 2. That's how confident Jay is. And you can't blame him so far with those opening 2 matches, can you? Kaylee Ray now into... Oh, dropping Charlotte face first onto her knees. Kaylee Ray slowly back up to her feet. Charlotte's clotheslines are over the top. Ray swinging the strikes. Charlotte slides back in. Kaylee Ray follows as well. They've won the pay-per-view war, but AEW won 3 out of the 4 weeks of the TV war, I believe. So it's all down to whether the pay-per-view war is going to be enough for NXT to overtake AEW overall. Only a 2 count. Kaylee Ray nearly getting the win over Charlotte. She could be a hero here. We can try, Jay. It'd be nice to try it out. See how we get on. I'm still not sure about Rey Mysterio in NXT, to be honest. Kaylee Ray now wrenching the arm back of Charlotte. Dropping the boot right in the arm. Kaylee Ray, oh, Charlotte fighting back. Strong right hand in the gut. I mean, if NXT just have a solid show from now on until the end without any dodgy matches, I feel like NXT might have pipped this, you know. Might just have pipped it. So the referee there counting the pin, while at the same time just slapping Kaylee Ray in the face. Possibly, we'll have to have a look at it. I'm trying to think to make it fair on the other brand as well. I mean, I suppose you've got Sin Cara, you've got Dorado, you've got Metalik, you've got Kalisto. Have to see how we feel, I suppose. Good evening, Jamie Green. How are you? Yeah, Kaylee Ray's been awesome tonight, hasn't she? Super kick falls into the pin. Will it be enough? Oh. How new are you, Jamie? You a new subscriber, or have you just stumbled across us? Kaylee Ray heading up to the top. Gonna hit another senton. She hit a senton bomb earlier. She does hit a second senton bomb. And Alex is in as well. Hiya, Alex. She's done it! Kaylee Ray has done it. She's the new women's champion. And the most important thing is she manages to dethrone Charlotte Flair, which is, I think, is what a lot of people wanted to happen. Kaylee Ray has been the real MVP of this season, and she's not even finished there. She's going to continue on by assaulting Charlotte. Oh, Kaylee Ray, the ultimate face now. The ultimate face. Kaylee Ray, wow. The third women's champion in NXT history. Io Shirai was the original, Charlotte the second. And now Kaylee Ray with the third. I think it's just extra just to get the... just because of the attack, I think, isn't it? Bye, Felicia. I'll go a second, just going for a pee while this is loading. I'm back on board, I'm empty. Let's go. Ugh. I think I just sat on my balls. Oh. Oh my god. Ugh. Possibly, yeah. I'm assuming this this ladder match can't quite be as bad as the AEW one. The AEW ladder match was pretty rough, wasn't it? I mean, it looked great on paper, but to be honest, it looked pretty good on paper, to be honest. The AEW one did struggle. I think this has definitely got the chance to really pull it out the bag. Ricochet's a good shout, Jamie, I think. We've got, what's Phantasma's new name? Is it, something Escobar, isn't it? I thought I'd stick to the mask version, because at least we know it looks good then. I must admit, out of all the, I still prefer King Cuerno. Yeah, it's possible, Jay. Does, I say I've not seen NXT in a while now, especially since Escobar started. Does he still use the dive? My favourite thing with King Cuerno in Lucha Underground was that dive. He was an incredible dive. Jamie, this is a new thing this week. We're starting. I've only just started streaming the last couple of weeks, to be honest. But we've got two brands going up against each other, so NXT and AEW are the first two. At the end of the week, you guys are going to vote in which brand you want to keep and which brand you want to replace, and then you'll also vote on a brand to come in. So we're going to have the likes of, I don't know, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Impact, Raw, Smackdown, MLW, all these different companies. And then we'll do another sort of in-game month's worth of stuff. And... again, just see who continues on. The idea is you guys picture your ideas and then we book the cards together. I've got the final sort of say on the cards just to make sure they all make sense. But you guys can picture your ideas on the Discord. So that's some of the interests you make. Then stick around. We're also doing some other stuff as well. Doing a bit of FIFA and just some random stuff, to be honest. And real dodgy fan fiction, yeah, it's been recent, yeah. He doesn't do the dive anymore. That's my favourite thing. King Cuerno's dive is the best dive in wrestling because it was just so... It was mental. He just sort of went full blast with absolutely no regard for his own health and safety. It was dangerous as hell. Yeah, Shabby's fan fiction's now got... So I don't know who that is, to be honest, but somebody around here's got a dodgy YouTube channel going on. I still wouldn't be surprised if it is New Generation, to be honest. He's a dodgy geezer, isn't he? Ricochet. Oh, catches a ladder right in the face by Mustafa Ali. Phantasma. I don't know why Mustafa set the ladder up there. It's nowhere near where the belt is. It's interesting. Maybe he is not very good at judging distance. That's my only excuse for him. I mean, yeah, it's a terrible excuse, isn't it? But it'll be fine. Also, Jamie, I just sit here and drink beer while watching wrestling, so I'm pretty happy either way. It's a good Saturday night for me. Talking of which, time to open bottle number 7. Boom. So Gulak's had a really good month. I'm sort of hoping Gulak pulls this one out of the bag, you know. Gulak this month has victories over Kyle O'Reilly and over... Who else did he beat this month? He beat Kyle O'Reilly and he beat TJ Perkins because TJ Perkins tried to distract Gulak during the Kyle O'Reilly match, didn't he? And Gulak was still able to come out on top of both of them to get himself into this championship match. In the previous episode, we saw Ricochet and Mustafa Ali qualify for this match. And of course, Kalisto had a big win against Grand Metalik as well. Phantasma now springs over into a big splash on Mustafa Ali. I haven't yet, Luca, to be honest. No, it's it was. I'll read them after the stream because it was quite a long one. I'll read them on stream, obviously, but once this show's finished. Because I see you put another one up as well. We'll have to read through at some point. Phantasma taking the ladder back off Mustafa Ali. It's already been a better ladder match than the AEW one, hasn't it? It does look like NXT is going to win this, isn't it? I mean, it's crazy to think because I was convinced that AEW had this entire thing won easily, but NXT have really pulled it out of the bag tonight. Really pulled it out of the bag. So, Jay, there's also the opportunity of going for the other sort of line of your feud as well, isn't there? Maybe teaming Phantasma, Andrade, and Garza up. Maybe with Humberto Carrillo or someone like that to go up against Undisputed Era. 4-on-4 style. Wow, look, if it got too weird for you, that's even crazier, that is. Kalisto, forearm to the back of Ricochet. Gulak trying to push the ladder over. Kalisto joins now to help. The ladder does go, but Ricochet holds onto the belt. Ricochet just dangles there until Mustafa Ali brings him down the hard way, dropping him with the powerbomb. Yeah. AEW's been pretty good. I mean, AEW has won, Luke Green. AEW, we've done 4 weekly shows for each brand, and then tonight's the finale, the pay-per-view. And I think AEW definitely won 3 of the 4 weeks. And then I think the 4th week was probably close to being a draw. Maybe NXT slightly pipped it. But tonight, the AEW pay-per-view really let them down. And NXT's really got a good chance here. We're only in match number... What is this? Match number 4 of the pay-per-view. So still 3 more matches left after this one. I'd be happy what happens in your fanfic. Do I manage to marry Alexa Bliss at the end of it? Because that made me very happy. Knee in the face there by Mustafa Ali. Sending Kalisto over the top. Nice leg breaker there by Mustafa Ali. Obviously, damaging the leg of one of your opponents is going to make it very difficult for them to climb the ladder. So, very intelligent maneuver. And talking of intelligence, in comes Drew Gulak. You haven't ripped one as well, have you, Jay? I got Nia Jax. Well, I prefer marrying Nia Jax and Nyla Rose, I suppose. We'll have to do another GTA stream at some point, because that was fun, that was. I really went mad on that one. That's the one where that Kyle turned up, wasn't it, and just donated 15 quid. That was pretty good. Well, for me, anyway. Yeah, who are the 2 guys in Escobar's stable now, though? Are they new as well, or are they already guys from NXT? As the battle continues on the top of the ladder here between Ricochet and Phantasma. Ricochet with a super cutter. How is that noise? How was that? Fucking helicopter. It was almost touching me ceiling and frightened the life out of me. Did you hear that? Bloody Nora. So Kalisto and Mustafa Ali, top of the ladder now. Gulak, for some reason, taking Ricochet down. That's it, out of nowhere. Mustafa Ali sent... Did Mustafa Ali just send Drew Gulak on, or Kalisto on top of Drew Gulak? Because it seemed to be very effective, if that is the case. Ricochet now powerbombing Mustafa Ali. This ladder match is infinitely better than the AEW ladder match at the moment, isn't it? Infinitely better. Drew Gulak could do this, you know. I mean, Drulak's got the chance. Oh, Drulak. Phantasma hasn't noticed that Gulak's got a hold of his belt. Now he does. Runs in, but I think it might be too late. No. Phantasma does climb up and catches Gulak. And what is he going for here? Oh, super neck breaker. And now Phantasma climbs up looking to regain his championship. Or retain, not regain. I mean, I like Drew Gulak, I really do. I was happy when he left WWE because I wanted him to turn up elsewhere. And it looks like Phantasma's keeping his belt here. He is indeed. Phantasma successfully retains his Cruiserweight Championship in that 5-man ladder match. Wow. So Drew Gulak suffers a loss. He's been pretty strong so far this season. Mustafa Ali suffers a loss. Who else was in that match? Kalisto suffers a loss. There's one other person, wasn't there? Who was it? Ricochet. Ricochet suffers a loss, and Phantasma gets the big win. By the way, Jamie, what we've got down below in the description is a link to a couple of spreadsheets. The spreadsheets are our current rankings for both the AEW and NXT brands. So if you want to keep an eye on what's going on and what has happened in previous shows, then you can always check them out as well. I'm in the NXT one at the moment, updating it, and you guys can see it as I'm doing it live. So triple threat action here. The only non-championship match of the night. Karrion Kross, Finn Balor, Damian Priest. My beer's full. It's not too bad. Right. They've also got all the previous results on one of the tabs as well, Jamie. So if you have not watched anything else, then you can sort of see how the months really panned out. Luke, we've got this match. We've got the North American Championship triple threat between Keith Lee, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. Then the NXT Championship match between Johnny Gargano and Shinsuke Nakamura. So this is the only non-championship match of the night. Big rankings up for grabs here. A great chance for somebody to really step up. And if this does stay on for a second season, which is looking like it might do, big chance for one of these two guys to fight their way into the championship picture. Lucha, do the next 3 matches really make a difference? Or is it already done? Luca, I'll be doing FIFA tomorrow morning-ish. I'll be continuing on with the Plymouth Argyle career mode. About 1 PM GMT. And then we'll have the night off tomorrow because I'm going to be setting up the new Universe mode to start on Monday. So I'll put the votes out after this. And we'll put the votes out for which brand you want to keep and which brand you want to vote off the island. We'll also put the vote out for which brand you want to add. Then tomorrow I can spend the time building it all ready for the first stream of Season 2 on Monday. Because I'll do a pub quiz on a Sunday night, so 5, 6. Oh god, yeah. Well, say that, Lucha Reject. Just because NXT's won on your rankings doesn't mean everyone else is going to vote for them, I suppose, does it? But to be honest, there's a good chance. I think Jay might vote NXT. Possibly, Luca. Yeah, if I get a bit of free time tomorrow, we could do a random show or something like that, maybe. I mean, PWG still needs to do a tag team championship tournament, so maybe. It depends. Like I said, I do a pub quiz at 8 o'clock on a Sunday evening, so that sort of takes up that sort of time. I mean, I could do it earlier in the day. It's not great for the Americans, though, to be honest. Karrion Kross now. Saito suplex on Damian Priest. We could do, yeah, I've not got anything scheduled in for tomorrow. The next stream is scheduled in for Monday for the first part of Season 2, but to be honest, I might try and do something tomorrow. Jamie, are you based in America? Jamie, are you in the UK? We can do a bit of PWG tomorrow, maybe. Even if it's just a one random card, it's still better than nothing, I suppose, isn't it? Oh, Jamie, you're UK as well. That's not too bad, then. Yeah, I might try. If I do something tomorrow, it'll be a little bit earlier. It'll be sort of like 5 or 6 PM in the UK, which is not great for the Americans. But like I say, I got a pub quiz at 8 PM on Skype, so I need to be done by then. Oh, coup de grace missed by Finn Balor. We could try and plan something a little bit earlier. I think I should have the roster built for the new brand pretty quickly anyway. Depends what you guys vote for, I suppose. Some might be a bit more difficult to build than others. However, I've got a feeling next season might end up being... it's going to be NXT versus New Japan, isn't it? I've just got a feeling. I've really got a feeling it's going to be NXT versus New Japan. Armbreaker by Finn Balor. Priest with a big strike to the back of Finn. Then, into almost like a crossroads, that was. And a big clothesline taking Karrion Kross down as well. And now striking Cross in the knee with the kendo stick. Into the pin. There's the 1, the 2, only a 2 count. Damian Priest, big right hand to the face of Cross. Now Priest, oh, nice backbreaker as well. Only a 2 count though. Yeah, NXT's pay-per-view has been really something special tonight, hasn't it? They knew they had a lot to work on. They knew they had to really pull it out the bag tonight to stand any chance of winning this Battle of the Brands. And I think NXT have done just that. But like I said, it won't be the end for AEW. Just because they get voted off now doesn't mean they can't come back in the future. But again, it's just an if. I mean, depending on the votes, AEW might continue on. Which I think, based on tonight's pay-per-view, that might be a bit harsh, to be honest, but... Cross, big clothesline. Sending Finn over the top, flying high. Into a big spine buster as well. Damian Priest on the outside is down. Cross with a pin over Finn Balor. Would be a massive win, but not quite enough yet. Oh, stiff forearm. And Priest comes back in with another weapon, swings it and misses. And decides he doesn't want to try anymore. He's embarrassed, bless him, he missed. Oh. Both Cross and Damian Priest sharing a big strike to the face. Finn Balor now, Priest, big boot to the head of Karrion Kross. That's a good shout, actually, Luke. I was thinking about that at some point. We could throw, like, one representative from each brand in and make them fight for who gets the opportunity to carry on. That's a possibility as well. Be a bit of fun at some point. Oh. Powerbomb by Karrion Kross. Damian Priest's head hit the rope. That could knock him out, that could. That could really concuss him as well. Only a 2 count. No, we could do that, Jay. Yeah, definitely. I think that Thatcher joining Imperium's a good shout anyway. And I've got no problem doing Otis versus Walter. It's a bit of a random one, I think. They're not really in the same division, really, are they? But I think it'd be an interesting match. But yeah, I think Thatcher joining Imperium would be a good shout. Pin here by Balor. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Wow. Priest now sending Finn across. Drake's moved the top rope before springing him back into the middle. Pin by Priest. Only a 2 though. Priest now stalking Karrion Kross. Stiff right hand and another forearm into the back before into the crossroads. I'm assuming he doesn't call it the crossroads, to be honest. There we go. Damian Priest with the win. Wow. Damian Priest with a massive win there. That's definitely going to throw him into a championship picture, isn't it? For next season, which looks like it's definitely going to happen, isn't it? At this rate. It's got to happen, isn't it? I mean, it's down to you guys to vote what you want to see, but... yeah, I mean, based on how this has gone so far, it's been very impressive. Bruh. Is that another 5-star? This is going to be the best show we've ever put up, is it? I mean, there hasn't been a dud yet, has there? There's not been a dud match at all. Damian Priest with the win. It looks a little bit like a young Undertaker, doesn't he, really? But the Undertaker. Right, we're on to our next triple threat match of the evening. Of course, for the North American Championship, Keith Lee, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins. I'm going to grab an extra beer, 1 second, and I'll be back. Where are my kitties? Where are my kitties? There's one. Oh, one of you stinks. A big stinky turd. Right, I'm back. Ugh, and I brought 3 more beers for the final 2 matches. Let's go. Well, that's good, Jamie. At least we found a new person tonight. So I'm quite new to the streaming thing, to be honest, mate. It's I've been uploading like universe modes and that over the last few years. Finally got good internet. So we're doing the stream. I quite enjoy the stream, to be honest. It gives me a chance to interact a lot more with you guys. And I can sort of cater what we're doing along to what you want to see as well, which is pretty good. I haven't done it yet, Lucha, I must admit. What I was planning, because it gives you, it gives you 6. I think it's 6? Let me have a quick look. Monetization, so memberships. Yes, there's 6 membership badges. There's 1 month, there's new member, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. I don't think we could really need to bother about 24 months at this point in time. So you'll move up, if you stick around, which I'm not saying you have to, you can do whatever you want to do, of course. But if you stick around to month 2, that's open at the moment. I was thinking of trying to get Jeff Cobb's face, to be honest. I don't know about you guys, but Jeff Cobb for the win. Gob mode. But I'm open for ideas. I was going to try and do it in like different stages. So I was going to try and work up the card. So the Shockmaster is like notoriously quite a low sort of grade wrestler. He was more of a comedy aspect than anybody else. But that's what I was thinking, Lucha. That Jeff Cobb would be like the final boss. But to be honest, the chances of many people getting to 12 or 24 months is going to be pretty limited, I suppose. But yeah, the idea was maybe what I would do is maybe I could add Jeff Cobb in now as like 1 month plus, and then just keep moving it and keep replacing a new one. I don't know who else to get. I mean, if we work up the card, if we got the Shockmaster as the lowest part, maybe the main, like the highest part can be Jeff Cobb. Maybe we can have the Undertaker in there as quite high up as well. Who else is like comedy like not very good? Who's better than Shockmaster but not as good as the Undertaker? You're like slowly working up the card, so Shockmaster's like a comedy aspect, and then you'd have an opener, a mid-card, an upper mid-card, a main event, and then like a legend. That's the sort of plan anyway, but again, it cost me like 13 quid to get that Shockmaster one made, so I'm not going to push too far too fast. Jinder Mahal, yeah. I like that idea of doing the Undertaker and Jeff Cobb as like the main 2. That leaves me with 3 more spaces. I'm not really sure yet who I would really go for. Unless anybody really sort of jumps out again. I mean, the whole Jeff Cobb thing all started from the videos we've had. And by the way, Jamie, if you're wondering about the whole Jeff Cobb thing, then I've uploaded a video today that explains it a bit more in detail. We had a stream a couple of weeks ago. We did a battle riot for MLW. So basically a 30-man Royal Rumble. And if you watch that, you'll understand the whole Jeff Cobb scenario. It's an interesting one. Yeah, you'd have to think, Jay, that Damian Priest would have to be really heavily in that picture now. Do you want to have Jinder Mahal next to your name? Why not? I think it'd suit you, Lucha. I don't know who else we could have. I mean, I'm sure somebody else will step up as we go along. I did Shockmaster first just because it's a bit like a meme, isn't it, really? Then as you go up, you just level up the different... you basically level up the card. You get stronger and stronger. I think it would be a good one to have. There'd have to be someone who's quite noticeable. I mean, The Undertaker and Jeff Cobb are easy enough, I suppose, aren't they? Yeah, if you wanted, Jamie, the Discord, I mean, I need to put a new link up, don't I, really, suppose? Move my beers out the way. Let me just refresh the Discord link. There we go. There you go. Yeah, the Discord link has been refreshed now, so that should work anyway if you want to. I'll have to have a look and see what the best things are to get. Yeah, Jay, I said I think that'd be a good one, that would. I quite like the idea of Thatcher being part of... Oh, Finn Balor, actually. Demon Balor's a good shout as an emote as well. Not an emote, as a member badge. I mean, I can get more. I can unlock another emote once we get 3 more members, I think it says. Let me put that. Emoji. Yeah, I need 3. You see, you need 5 members overall to unlock the next emote. And we've got 2 members at the moment, so pretty cool. Then I'll get the other badges done as well. It was a young Japanese girl that made that. It was quite good, actually. I'm quite impressed with that. Fiend's a good shout as well, actually. I think it's all ones that just look cool, isn't it, really? Yeah, I think definitely Finn Balor. I mean, Demon Balor would be a good shout. Yeah, I need 5 members overall to unlock the 6th emote. We've got 2 members at the moment, so we've got the 5 emotes is what we needed the most, because that gives us the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 star for match ratings now. I suppose, like, the badges, yeah, I want to, like, slowly work your way up the card, so... You'd have Jeff Cobb, you'd have Finn Balor, The Undertaker, The Fiend, and maybe Kane as well would be a good shout. But it needs to be... I don't know, let's have a look, actually, see how it figures out. She's done a really good job on the Shockmaster. It's really impressed me, I must admit. Oh yeah, Mankind or Cactus Jack would be a good shout. There's just so many cool things you can do, isn't there? Seth with a pin on Kevin Owens, not quite enough. There's my beers. I lost my beers, they're hidden behind my microphone. I don't know who the other member is, to be honest. I wouldn't have even realised. His name's Danilo Klajevic. It's weird because, I mean, I really appreciate him being a member, but I don't recall ever seeing his name in comments or in the streams or anything, so it's weird he's a member, to be honest. I'm very happy he is, though, don't get me wrong. £2 a month to help support the channel, I suppose, isn't it? And I need a lot of channel members to repay all the emotes that I've had made already. There we go. Kevin Owens with a package pile driver, and there's the pin, and there's your brand new North American champion. Kevin Owens with the victory. He's had a good month so far as Kevin Owens, and now it continues on even more. He got into this by winning a triple threat against Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream. And now he's won another triple threat to win this. So he's had a lot of ranking points so far. And now defeating Seth Rollins, who's had a very good month. And of course the North American champion Keith Lee. And also becoming the new American champion. Kevin Owens is there. Yep. There we go. Brand new North American champion. Which means that Phantasma is the only man so far to keep a hold of his championship. There we go. Let's go, Kevin. Right, so the rankings are up to date now as of the end of that match. And we continue on into our main event of the evening. Johnny Gargano currently a dual champion now in AEW. Can he maintain that? Or Shinsuke Nakamura become your brand new NXT champion? I think he might have been Lucha. Yeah, he became a member he's been a member for 3 months now. I've never seen his name pop up in chat or comments or anything. I'm not saying... I mean, he might be a big fan and watching, just not up to... just doesn't want to comment on that. But, yeah, it's just interesting to see that's the way, but... That's a good shout, actually, Jay. We could do that, yeah. I think sort of Jeff Cobb has become a bit of a cult hero with the channel now, hasn't he? So I think definitely he'll be someone who will probably get his own emote or his own membership badge. Nice sit out there by Shinsuke Nakamura, bringing Gargano back up. Gargano is going to be tired here because he's already wrestled in a 4-way elimination tag team match, hasn't he, tonight? Of course, becoming the tag team champion alongside his partner Tommaso Ciampa for DIY. And now he's got a fully fresh Shinsuke Nakamura to compete with, which is not going to be easy. And Nakamura so far dominating this match. We could have a brand new NXT champion here tonight. Yeah, the dislikes are weird at the moment, aren't they, Luca? Because I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, we've just had a ton more come through as well. We've got 14 dislikes now. I don't know why it happens, to be honest, but hey-ho, it is what it is. I wonder if people are clicking on the video and not realising what it is and just disliking it because they're not happy with what it is, but... I mean, it's fully explained exactly what it is in the title, doesn't it, really? 2K19 Battle of the Brands NXT versus AEW, so... I don't know. People are crazy. People are crazy. Someone switched, have they? Well, just so I said that. I've still got 10 and 14 at the moment. I think one of those might be me, actually. Nakamura looking to drop a knee. Gargano avoids and catches Nakamura with the elbow. There's the pin. 1, 2. Maybe not. Nakamura taking Gargano down. Gargano back up on his feet and Nakamura clotheslines him over the top. Yeah, I saw that one, Luke. I've watched it, yeah. Did you watch the KSI Logan Paul fight live? I watched both of them and I was so happy when KSI won, I must admit. Nakamura pinging Gargano back into the ring. I don't know. I think NXT's definitely won tonight. NXT, no matter what happens, NXT has won this stream. But I think some people might not vote based on match quality. Some people might vote on other stuff. So it's interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. I mean, I feel like NXT might have done enough tonight to keep themselves going. But stranger things have happened in the voting. You never know. I mean, I'll set the votes up at the end of this show, I think. It's pretty easy for me to do. Gargano now is doing better. Yeah, I think it's. I said I think the pay-per-view was always going to be the thing that was going to have the biggest impact. I think. Gargano escaped locked in. Can Gargano do this? No. Nakamura's foot was underneath the bottom rope. Nice DDT. No problem, Jamie. We're on the final match now anyway, so we won't be streaming for much longer. But hope to see you again. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Nakamura now looking to wrench back into the arm breaker. And Nakamura into the pin. 1, 2. No, only 1 count. Wow. I mean, Gargano's got to be knackered, surely. He's already wrestled in that strong... Oh, what a knee. He wrestled in that strong opening Tag Team Championship Dusty Classic final. That's a bit of a tongue twister. And now wrestling someone like Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, you need to be 100% to wrestle someone like Shinsuke Nakamura. You can't be 50%. So I'm just opening beer. I do apologise for the random loud tings and tongs and tangs and all the other random noises that happen with opening bottles of beer. Is this bottle number 8 now, or is this 9? I can't remember now. I think this is bottle number 8. Gargano dropping Ciampa onto the top rope. Ciampa fighting back, sending Gargano face first into the mat. That's true. That's true, Terence. I think he's going to try and go for that jumping knee strike to the face. So he does. He hits it as well. But Nakamura's knackered out himself. Wow, big boot in the arm. Kinshasa! New champion! There we go, wow. Shinsuke Nakamura gets the win over Johnny Gargano and becomes the new NXT champion. The 3rd champion overall in this universe mode. Of course, Adam Cole started with the belt, lost it to Gargano, and now we see we see Nakamura beat Gargano. There we go. So Shinsuke Nakamura gets an extra point. Johnny Gargano gets the loss. There we go. Strong. I mean, I've not even done that, have I? I've not done the rankings for the tag team match earlier. I forgot about that. And losses for Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford. Who else was in there? Who else was in that tag team championship match? Trent Seven and Tyler Bates and Mafaba Fal and Fabian Eichler. There we go. I did it. Right, the rankings are fully updated as of the end of this show. And the end of season number 1. Right. Well, there we go. That's been a pretty damn good season, hasn't it, really? I mean, it really has sort of thrown a complete curveball in this episode because we all thought that AEW was going to walk this And NXT have really just pulled it out the bag with this amazing pay-per-view. So I am going to create the polls now. I'll read the fanfiction as well before we finish, yeah. I'm just going to create the polls first. Which brand would you like to see for season 2? What to keep for season 2 of the Battle of the Brands. There we go. Poll AEW or NXT. Right. So the poll is up for who you want to keep. And then we're also going to do what brand would you like to join for season 2. I mean, I think it's going to be New Japan, isn't it? But let's see how we go. So, AAA / Lucha Underground, ROH, NJPW, Attitude, MLW. I can only have 5. I can only have 5. Okay. I mean, what brands are we putting on this then? I can only have 5 brands I can put up a vote. So remember, the 5 brands that I've put up are AAA / Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Combat Zone Wrestling / ECW, and Impact. Does that sound right? Or is there any other brands you want to put in there instead? I can only make 5 different options in the votes. Yeah, I'm put up yet, Lucha. I'm just making sure you're all happy with the options I put in. I mean, I'm pretty sure New Japan's going to win anyway, to be honest. Are you happy with those brands, or is there anyone you want to add? Nobody's talking to me. That's been a good show, hasn't it, Jay? I'm quite happy with how things have gone. Are we happy with those 5 brands to be the choices? I'll tell you what, I'm going to just change one. I'm going to change off Impact. There we go, we'll do that as well. Okay. Put 2 polls up. Okay. Well, there's the first poll going up. I mean, people can vote in both polls, that's the only thing, but maybe I'll take the winners of both polls and put them up against each other. Add another option. Retro. I can't even think what were other brands now. I can't remember what they were. Where are we? Setup or show schedule? Show schedule. Which one is it? NWA, Stardom, Shimmer, NXT, PWG, MLW. Okay. Let's just do... There you go, that'll do. That'll do then. I think that'll work. I've got two, so you can vote on both polls if you want. And then maybe I'll do a separate poll with the winners of both those polls, if that makes sense. I'm going to shout out now that I've got a strong feeling it's going to be NXT versus New Japan. Wow, NXT is hammering this, aren't they? It's going to be NXT versus New Japan, I reckon. That's my guess. The second poll's pretty even at the moment. 3 votes, all for different brands. So, of course, don't forget to go over and vote on what you want to see. And we'll have the first episode of Season 2 on Monday night, I believe. That's a good shot, isn't it? The votes are looking interesting. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll do it at... Wow, Raw and SmackDown's doing well, aren't they? Current day Raw and SmackDown's doing a lot better than I expected. Yeah, I'll probably do... yeah, NXT's winning this, aren't they? I'll probably do... Tomorrow, maybe... I want to do it a bit... I want to do it too late because I need to... maybe 3 PM in the UK. Then by then I'll be able to start building the roster ready for Monday. In theory. But it's... I really thought New Japan would ace this, but at the moment... It's still pretty even. New Japan's got extra votes, I must say. NXT's going to win this no matter what, though, isn't it? See, I reckon current day WWE is going to be one that people will snooze on because people will look at current day WWE and go, oh, it's just terrible, this, that, and the other. But as I've said in the past, current day WWE have a fantastic set of wrestlers. They're just not used very well. I mean, if we can use them well, we could put some very interesting stuff up. We'll have to wait and see what happens, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to call it there for now. Hope you've all enjoyed. All 10 votes are NXT. Wow. Out of 10 people, there's only 6 people on the stream and 10 people voted with NXT. How's that worked? And current day Raw and SmackDown's actually winning quite heavily there as well. Ring of Honor's got a couple of votes. This is interesting, actually. The votes are looking interesting. That's it. The current day roster has got a very strong roster, haven't they? Rylands and Elias tag team. That could be interesting. So, fan fiction. Right, I need a bit of beer before this because this could be interesting, couldn't it? Right. First of all, we'll read part 1 of Lucha Rejects fanfiction. Lucha Reject, my fanfiction. Get ready. Chapter 1. One rainy Monday, Shabby was walking back from his daily shop when he suddenly felt weird. At that moment, Shabby collapsed. He woke up in a chair in a room with a man in front of him. It was Triple H. I want to sign you for NXT, said Triple H. It's not a bad impression, is it, really? I'll take that. I've seen you wrestling, and I watch your streams daily. Triple H added, I think you've got the wrong person. Oh, that's me now, isn't it? I think you got the wrong person here, mate, to be honest, said Shabby, confused. No, I haven't, Luke, said Triple H. I hope to see you wrestling NXT soon. Triple H finished. Suddenly, Shabby blacked out. When he rewoke, he was in bed. I didn't remember getting into bed. That was a dream, Shabby said, before going back to sleep. The next day, Tuesday, Shabby got a call from an unknown number. He answered it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, your first match is tomorrow, said Triple H. What? Who am I facing? Said Shabby. It's not exactly one opponent you'll be facing, answered Hunter. You'll see. So that was the end of episode 1. Oh my god, there's loads, isn't there? Chapter 2, the match. The competitors from the last match walk out and the crowd gets ready for the main event of the evening. First, out comes Shabby, dancing to his theme music, Africa by Toto. Love it. After maybe 5 seconds of Shabby waiting in the ring, the next competitor comes out. Johnny Gargano's music plays. Shabby was already thinking that this would be an absolute squash match. Out next came Oni Lorcan. Shabby felt like running through the crowd and just out the entire arena. He didn't even ask to be part of this brand in the first place. Next, the Undisputed Era's music played. He saw both members of Red Dragon come out. Which one is competing? Well, both of them, obviously. Velveteen Dream's music played. And a large picture of his penis came up on the screen. He was making his return after apparently being fired for things we cannot talk about. And I spoke about them already. Next played the music of TM61. But it wasn't both competing in this 8-man tag. It was just Shane Thorne. The music that played next scared the life out of Shabby. It was Keith Lee. This 8-man bout, competing to become the #1 contender for the NXT Championship, shouted the announcer. Shabby had just managed to get himself in the ring and the bell rang. He slid straight out. He didn't want any part of this. After about 6 minutes of wrestling from the other 7 competitors, Keith Lee was standing tall, and this was not a good situation for the other competitors. Both members of Red Dragon slid into the ring. As they've been working together all match as expected. They ran at Keith Lee, but Keith ran back with a double shoulder tackle to them both, then rolled out in sync. Next came Johnny Gargano. He tried to springboard off the ropes but was caught by Keith Lee and hit with a military press slam. As Red Dragon had done, he rolled out the ring too. Velveteen Dream and Shane Thorne tried to work together. Thorne tried to knock Lee to the ground so Velveteen could hit the Purple Rainmaker, but the attempt to knock Keith Lee down was pointless. As he went for the double axe handle, Keith Lee had his eyes in the back of his head and slid and stepped in, hitting a German suplex on Shane. He then ran right at the Velveteen Dream and punched him so hard it sent him flying back to the outside of the ring into his previous DMs. Last one up to give it was good old Oni Lorcan. He came in, tried to get Keith Lee, but the first thing that happened was Keith Lee hit a spirit bomb, his finisher. This is surely it, but Keith Lee went for the pin. Out for the crowd come running a completely forgotten Shabby. He got a hold of Keith Lee, Irish whipped into the outside and pinned Oni Lorcan 1-2-3. Shabby Gamer is the new #1 contender. Boom. I'm excited. And we've got Luca's one. Don't forget about Luca's. I definitely need a bit of beer for Luca's one. Right. Luca's one. I'm getting confused now because we've got different stories going on. Dolph walks back into the dressing room to get changed when he bumps into Randy Orton. Hey Dolph, why such a rush? Randy and I was hoping to run into Cody, he said while walking away. Randy says, Dolph, he's not good enough for you. Is that Randy Orton impression? Randy, I asked you out 4 times, Shabby said with a tear in his eye. Shabby, I've told you our relationship would not work. I have a wife and 2 kids. While sprinting out of the locker room, something caught Shabby's eye in Cena's dressing room. The voluptuous ass of John Cena changing made Shabby gaze with awe. Isn't this the work of God? Said Zack Ryder, while staring straight as well. Shabby got excited to see the body, and the privates got rock hard as he passed out and busted into Cena's dressing room. Cena looks at Shabby weirdly, but locks the door and closes the curtains, plus giant amount of Shabby's privates in his... What the hell, Luca? Shabby roars to Johns to do the 619 on him, but leaves the one out. Oh my god. Oh, Luca, you've got some twisted brain, mate, I tell you. Next week, Shabby meets Cody and asked him if he wanted to do the penis flip on Cody, and rushes to Cena's dressing room, saying it's Shabby. John opens the door naked. Shabby, oh my god. After 2 hours, John says, Shabby, Alex Riley and me are getting married. I'm done with you. And I, my god. Luca, mate, you need to get some help. That's all I can say. There's some very strange things going on in your brain, mate, that need sorting out. If your Celtic management saw this sort of stuff, they'd have you sacked in no time. How's the votes looking? Oh, someone's voted AEW now, I must admit. But it's still 10 votes to 1 for NXT over AEW. New Japan with 43% of those votes. And current day WWE Raw and Smackdown are currently hammering the other set of votes. It's looking pretty one-sided at the moment. Like I say, I'll leave it overnight for me, and then I will put another poll up with the 2 winners of those first 2 polls. And then we're done and dusted. Right. Anyway, I'm going to leave you. Love you and all that sort of stuff. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. It's been bizarre. It's been weird. And strangely, it's been normal. Luke, if you had to change that because it was even weirder to start with, then that really was a weird person who wrote that originally. I'm loving you and leaving you, though. Good night, goodbye, God bless. And I shall see you all tomorrow. If you want, do the FIFA stream in the morning, depending on timings and that sort of stuff. Maybe I'll throw up a random stream later on in the evening. If not, then I'll see you on Monday evening for our first episode of Season 2 of the Battle of the Brands, featuring more than likely NXT.